There's two areas that we weren't good in, and one was our game plan, especially in the first half. We allowed them to get going from the three-point line because we didn't execute the game plan A, and then when we tried to execute it, it wasn't with aggression. And because of it, they hit some threes. And it's with our reds. We were supposed to red pick and rolls. We were supposed to red VHOs tonight. But the first half, when we did red, we didn't control the screener, especially pick and rolls. And then if I'm guarding a hot guy, I started to cheat the red early, so I started to drop and anticipate the red. And Wemby and the Vessel, they just stopped behind the DHO, they stopped behind the pick and roll and knock down threes. And once they got the confidence, it was hard to turn the faucet off from the three-point line. And I got to continue trying to find ways to help our guys in situations like that. And, calling timeouts, telling them to do it a little bit better, we did. But at the end of the day, maybe I need to change something for them. Also, I thought our fouling was unfortunate. We had 3 or 4 plays, particularly at the end of the third. We had 2 or 3 turnovers at the end of the third quarter, and a foul, I think 90 feet away from the hoop, that just changed the whole momentum of the game. And you have to keep your head in to the game at all times and not get frustrated with a call by the official and compound mistakes that were already made. And we just fell apart at the end of that quarter. And then we started fouling from there, which got them into the bonus at about the 9-minute mark. And you can't have a team in the bonus at the 9-minute mark if it's going to be a 1 or 2 possession game, because now it puts a lot of pressure on your defense and you can't be as physical as you want to be on that end of the floor. So we have to do a better job with our fouling, especially in the backcourt. And then lastly, I thought we did a great job keeping them off the glass until the last 2 minutes. They ended up with 8 offensive rebounds, but maybe 5 of them, and I'm over exaggerating, but 3, 4 of them came in the last 2.5 minutes. And when you got a guy like Wemby, especially at the free throw line, when you got an opportunity to have it be a 1-possession game, you got to bring a sense of physicality to him. You got to pinch him with 2 guys and pinch him early. And we did not do our job on that particular play, and that's why he ended up getting an offensive rebound and tipping it back. So we as a group have to do what our job is to the highest degree. We have to be locked in and do our job to the highest degree, no matter how small or big it is, because these small opportunities to help the team win, if you overlook them as easily as we're doing right now, it will compound into a loss. And that's what happened tonight, because I give our guys credit. We had 24 fast break points, so we played fast the way we wanted to. We hit the offensive glass like we wanted to at 18 second chance points. We shot 47% from the field. We scored 125 points in regulation. But it was the little things that add up. The fouling in the backcourt, not putting a body in front of a man when he's dribbling and about to shoot a 3 at the end of the quarter. 2 or 3 self-inflicted turnovers at the end of the quarter. Fouling 3 or 4 times at the start of the fourth quarter, so they're in the bonus at the 9-minute mark, and then not boxing out. On top of that, not following the game plan aggressively with some aggression. And again, it's a little thing. You follow the game plan, but you got to bring some aggression and some feel to it. But we have to do a better job collectively with that, and it starts with me.
Mike, continuing on with some of the numbers you just read there, not only did you have good games in the fast break and the paint, you dominated in those areas. So kind of a glass half full, glass half empty question. How encouraged are you to have that kind of success in those areas of focus, but you still end up losing the game when you have all that success?
No, you know, Matt, like I said, that's why I mentioned it, because I don't want our guys to feel like we played terrible. There are small details that we have to embrace, and embrace them for 48 minutes in order for us to compete and be where we want to be. And if you don't, like everybody just sees missed three that made threes. There's a big reason why there's made threes, and our guys know it. And it's not going to show up in the stat sheet. The only thing that's going to show up in the stat sheet is the made threes. And so embracing the aggression and the physicality of taking the three away is huge. It's not a stat, but it takes some work, and to do it play after play after play. That's not easy. But if you want to be great, I said this before the game, we have to have some consistency in what we do. It can't happen for 3/4 of the game, or half the game, or even 7/8 of the game. It's got to happen the whole game. So there are a lot of things to be excited about. I mean, even IJ, the way he played, he's playing in the G League 3 games ago. And you can see the difference having that athleticism, speed, the length on the floor, what it does for our team. And he might be the one guy that I give a pass to for fouling in the backcourt, because he's still learning. And his fouls were trying to rebound, offensive rebound, and aggression, going after loose balls. So there's some legitimacy to what he tried to do. But he's still got to be smart enough to handle it the right way if he's going to be on the floor. So a lot of encouraging things, but it's about the details and how well and how much we embrace them, man.
Mike, I think it's the 10th time this season you guys have given up 15 threes.
Yep.
At 14 threes, that's another 5 games. So like 15 out of your 21 games, you've given up 14 or more. Like, what do you do? Is there a moment where you have to switch your defensive scheme, or is it still they have to execute better?
No, you're 100% correct. We got to keep trying to find ways. And last year we were killed by the dribble drive. So now we're trying to help on the dribble drive a little bit more. And if you're helping on the dribble drive, it takes a ton of effort to still go out and contest the right way. But it also takes an awareness that your teammate's going to have to come up and stunt for you at times to get that shooter to think that you're coming, fall back in the passing lane. So that hesitation that he has because your teammate helped you out is going to give us an opportunity to contest it a little bit better. So tonight, it wasn't that. Tonight, it was, like I said, it was our aggression with our game plan. It wasn't there, and that's why I used almost all my timeouts in the first quarter. Most of it was because our ability to execute during that time with what we're supposed to do with some aggression wasn't there, which gave a confidence level to those guys to be able to continue knocking down threes throughout the game. So we got to look at our 3-point shooting, the defense, and see how we can help them as a staff, starting with me. You're 100% correct.
Mike, what went into starting Malik? What did you like about that unit and the way things played out then for that first quarter, 42? Might we see more of that starting rotation moving forward?
Malik's going to start. He's going to start. And I'm like, maybe will there come a day I want to change it? Maybe, I don't know. But what we've done so far hadn't resulted in good things in terms of our records. So I felt like I needed to shake it up. And again, it was good, but at the end of the day, we still lost. And it's about winning and losing in this league. And so we got to figure out. I'm gonna definitely give it some time, and hopefully we can figure out doing the things we need to do to get over the hump. But it was just about shaking it up because what we were doing wasn't working.
Like, I guess to start, you're talking about that red coverage at the beginning. Is that switching?
Yes, yeah, sorry, yeah.
No, you're just making sure.
Yeah, you're right.
And then, towards the end of the game, we saw them really go to that ISO in the post a little bit.
Yeah.
It looked like Malik that was going a lot there. Your pick and roll defense wasn't very well. Are you almost satisfied that they're going to ISO a little bit more at the end?
Well, we switched our coverage and we were supposed to just stay home. And Fox ended up switching, I think, twice. And once Chris Paul hit a big three on Domas because of the switch. So, again, we were switching, wasn't working, so we got out of it, but we still ended up switching when we weren't supposed to. And Chris Paul hits a big three, so we just have to make sure we do a better job, like I said, trying to follow the game plan and doing it with a little bit of physicality when we do. But I can also help our guys by mixing up coverages a little bit more than what we did tonight.
Coach, on that last offensive rebound, which is with Wembanyama,
Yeah.
you said that they didn't pinch or be aggressive enough. Is that something that you feel like needed to be communicated from you to them, or
No, it's the way we box out on free throws is like every other team for the most part. Everybody has a pretty good offensive rebounder, so you put your biggest guy and another big guy on that side. And as soon as the shot leaves his hands, the guy that's in the middle, the guy that's on the bottom, they go straight to that guy's body. They don't step forward and then box him out. They go straight to his body and they pinch him so he can't step there. If you don't pinch a guy like Wemby, if you just step in and think you're gonna rebound, now that puts a lot of pressure on Domas because Wemby can step in and get into his back. And, they're not gonna call a foul in that instance in the game. And Wemby got a hand on it, and that's why they ended up getting the rebound.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Locker room's open.